What's going on, Bruin fans and those watching this channel? Here to talk about, of course, Texas and UCLA more seriously and a more serious take. If you didn't get that last video, you're an idiot. Just learn to be a laughing. On a more serious note, though, UCLA and Texas in the Rose Bowl. Texas is all hungry for revenge. They're angry. They're mad, and rightfully so, because we kicked their ass last fall, and it was kind of a shocker. Even for me, I was half shocked how we did it too. It was amazing. But this is a different year. This is a different team, and there's definitely going to be some interesting challenges for this UCLA team. First off, I'll explain why we lose this game, what would happen, and that's the defense. The defense has been an issue. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense because a lot of the reports I was reading was that UCLA's defense was going to be the strength. The defensive front line, especially Cassius Marr, Shawagmadeo Digizua, Detone Jones, those three were supposed to be really solid defensive linemen, and the linebackers in Zumwalt and Larimar were supposed to be great as well. Secondary, also supposed to be good because Tony Dye was in there, Sheldon Price, Aaron Hester, all guys who were nicely recruited, guys who were ready and know what it's like to play. They're all experienced. Of course, sadly, Joe Tercey, I don't know who to blame, but defense has been awful the last two games. For some reason, they don't like the tackle, their drills. I don't know about their fundamentals, but they definitely lack some discipline. The athletes are there. The defense and athletes are there, but if Texas's run game and their receivers and everyone tears us up, we are screwed. The defense has been an issue, and I think Bruin fans, we can all agree we're very pissed at Joe Tercey or whoever has been developing these defensive guys. Now, there's the thing of why we win, and this would be because Texas's run defense would suck. Texas, they stopped the run pretty well against BYU and Rice, but just remember that Rice is Rice. And of course, BYU, they're a good team, but they're not a great team by any means. I was not impressed with BYU last year because even though they had that nice hot streak near the end, they still found a way to lose to Utah State out of all teams. Jonathan Franklin and Derek Coleman, the two running backs that we're good with, that are our strength. Franklin, you got to hold on to the ball. Again, he fumbled against San Jose State, but Derek Coleman, great running back. I know Texas fans better know those two from last year very well, the pistol and the running the ball. We'll see how good Texas's run defense really is or not. I think last year, of course, Texas's team was very immature because they found ways to lose at home to teams like Iowa State, teams like, of course, I know Baylor was good last year, but the fact that Baylor was better than Texas last year was pretty weird. It was so weird to see them in the cellar for the south part of the division. It was pretty unreal. For them, of course, it's good. In their sake, they believe Case McCoy or Ash, one of those two guys, is going to be their starting quarterback. I think it's going to be a two-quarterback system for them. And it's an upgrade over Garrett Gilbert. People laughed at me when I said Garrett Gilbert's overrated and those five-star recruit things are overhyped, but I was dead right on that, and I stand by what I said. Definitely, even this year, he's shown he's not very impressive, and the fact that these two quarterbacks, they could have a new McCoy to Shipley combination with Jackson Shipley and I think it's Case McCoy, so we'll see there. Now, their coaching staff, both teams changed their coaching staffs this past year. Mac Brown and Rick Neuheisel were both the two consistents, but they had to fire. Basically, UCLA just kind of started it all with the first loss, but they fired a good portion of their coaching staff. Muschamp was not fired, of course. He left for Florida, and then I think Davis was their offensive coordinator. He got fired because of how unimpressive their offense was. I don't know if I'm impressed with their new coaching changes. Could be a panic move by Mac Brown. I know he definitely was angry and very frustrated with it, and I understand. UCLA, of course, fired their defensive coordinators, Chuck Bulow, and then their offensive coordinator, Norm Chow, which they all couldn't get along. So Mike Johnson steps in for offense, Joe Tercey for defense. So this is just two programs trying to get back to relevance, trying to get back to the ways that they once were. Of course, UCLA's had a longer drought. But I really think that the offense for UCLA is going to shock a lot of people. You might say, why we have a backup quarterback in Richard Breho, but I think he's all right. He's well prepared because of Prince being so injured and whatnot. There's no reason to put in Prince unless he's 100% healthy. If he's 100%, put him in. Go ahead. But I do not want to see Prince in this game if he is not 100%. We'll see also Joseph Fourier. That's a guy that Texas is not very familiar with. They should be very well aware of him, along with Nelson Rosario. I expect to see some more from them. The special teams, hopefully Josh Smith can tear up a new one. Because I know it's been annoying that our special teams is iffy. Taylor Embry's regressed so badly, it's depressing. But the defense is going to need to step it up because I see the only way we win this game realistically is if it's a high-scoring shootout and both defenses are awful. We could win a game that's like 42 to 35 or something. But if we lose, their defense would have to be very improved. It would have to be like a 35 to 10 game if we lose because I just am not very impressed with our defense. I'm very frustrated. It's going to need to get better, and it's going to need to get better very quickly because a lot of these guys with hype like Tony Dye, Dayton Jones, they're not living up to it. I don't know who they are. They were very quiet the last couple games, very out of position. They were caught napping, whatever you call it. So UCLA can win this game if the running game is very effective and if the defense steps it up. But if not, this could be a very long season, and New Heisel's job will have even more pressure, and there's more pressure on him coming in. So we'll see what you all got. I have faith that this running game could come through, though. So we'll see y'all later. Go Bruins, and I'll see you guys after on Saturday.